I've spoken a little bit about this topic before. I'd like to talk about it again, and I'll probably touch on it now and then because I do believe it's very important, and that's learning, education, and the role that it played in my life in transitioning from being or feelings of worthlessness, feelings of shame and self-pity to empowerment, and how that process introduced me back into society. So that going and learning, I started at TAFE with a free 6 week computer course. And what that did, it gave me something to do each day, which was important. It helped me to mingle with other people, which was important. I felt uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, and at times I just wanted to be left alone. But I realised the importance of listening to other people, talking to other people. But I'll get back to that. I was watching my partner homeschool her youngest last week and during COVID. And what struck me was the way she had to explain some things. Now, he's 9 years old and he's quite a bright child, but he thinks a little bit differently to most people. And posing a simple question to him can be very confusing because sometimes a simple question is not logical. And I could see that he was struggling with some of them, especially maths questions and things like this. And he's in a low grade for maths. But what I noticed is when his mum took the time to explain the process to him, he grasped hold of it very, very quickly, and he could do it very well. And it reminded me of my childhood and part of the challenges that I had when I went to school, because I didn't understand the questions sometimes. And for that reason, I'd be called dumb. Nobody took the time to explain those processes to me. They were just generally explained and drawn out on a board, and then we were expected to be able to do them. That's not the way my mind works. And that's not the way that young child's mind works either. It's a little bit of, we think a little bit differently. And I didn't realise that until I was actually going to TAFE, and it was just after I finished that 6 week course. And I wanted to go and learn a little bit more because I enjoyed that process of learning, having something to do. Not, having something to do was really important to me, rather than just sort of hang around, walk around, and when I went to the tertiary preparation course at TAFE, the tutors took time. They took the time to explain things to me, and I responded quite well. And what I learned was that I do think a little bit differently. There's a lot of people out there that think differently, but because we think differently, doesn't make us dumb. It doesn't make us silly. or slow. It just means we understand things differently. And sometimes the norm, the curriculum for young people, the general teachings don't actually fit into the way that some of us learn. And I'm one of those people. Even more important for me was that realization that study, that learning, provided me with an extra opportunity to heal, to begin to understand who I was. Especially once I had got through my university, and I could do that because I could learn at my own pace. That was very important. For example, once I made my decision that I was going to change who I was and integrate with society and get with the beat and do what was supposed to be done. If I had have gone out and just got a job, which I couldn't do, I applied for lots of jobs, so I couldn't get a job. But if I had have got a job, when I think back now, I would have been in a lot of trouble. Because one of the things I could not do was stick to a regime of 8 to 5 or 7 to 4 or, that rigid work time where you go in, you clock on, you have a morning tea, you have lunch, and then, you clock off in the afternoon, and you do that 5 days a week. I would not have been able to do that. That type of discipline, I wasn't ready for that. So what that learning process did for me was allow me the time to recover at my own pace. I could study at my own pace. The most important thing is that I got the job done. Be there at the end. I had a goal. The goal was complete this unit or complete this topic. And so I set my goals and I could do them. And sometimes I needed to retreat. I needed to retreat in and lock and just close my doors. Sometimes I needed to close my doors and my windows and pull the blinds down for 3, 4, 5 days at a time without going into that outside world. And that opportunity, that learning opportunity, that study gave me permission to do that because I could do the study at my own leisure. There's a whole lot more involved in that. And I'd like to touch on it as I move forward with these talks. So I'll leave it there for today, and I'll come back and I'll talk a little bit more about